Hi guys, welcome to another video of Short Term Viajes. Today we are doing the review and unboxing of the supposedly cheaper Apple Studio display. They launched this alongside the new Mac Studio, which comes in two variants, M1 Max and M1 Ultra. They also announced the M1 Ultra new chip. It's not a new chip technically, but kind of a build up on the current M1 architecture that they're using. So we'll have a separate video discussing about the Mac Studio. This video is solely going to be focused on the display, the Studio display, which you can see behind me. So let's do the unboxing first and see what Apple has given us inside this box. It comes in a huge box, and there are very small design elements even in the box that Apple has put. So their design team is working very hard even on the box of the product. So first see the unboxing and then we'll move on to the review part. So here is a nice pull tab as usual from Apple. They take care of everything, even how you're going to open the box, because it's all about user experience. Let me quickly remove this outer box. So let's quickly remove this pull tab. I think this should open the, and mind you, the nice handle on the box as usual on every Apple Pro device these days. So again, one more over engineered box from Apple, and one good thing again, no plastic whatsoever anywhere, so that's good for environment. And you are greeted with display in the center, and there are actually arrows on the side which are pointing like you have to pull this box on the side from both sides so as to reveal the monitor kind of, and then you can just lift this display. Okay, just lift this display out. Let me keep this on the side. So nothing much I think in the box. This is some paperwork and a wire. I'll get back to this later. I don't think there's anything more inside. Let me quickly close this box and put this on the side. So here we have a tiny little box. I think this should contain paperwork. So now I think, oh nice, we have got a Thunderbolt Pro port cable, which actually costs around 18,000 rupees, and energy efficient card, etc, etc. I think we should have a black Apple sticker. Yes, we do. And we have gotten two this time. On the Mac Studio we had one, so proof of proness of the machine, although this is not a Pro display by any means. Now let me quickly get out the Pro display cable. These are USB type C to C cable, and they are, I mean, they are really sturdy, on the little smaller side though. So now I'm removing this. This is the power. Oh, I forgot, shit, you actually can't remove the power cable of this, which is really stupid of Apple, but we can't do anything. It's Apple's decision. Now let me get this out. It's very sturdy power cable, to be honest, like feels very robust and heavy. Apple has put this here. You can't remove this, so I'm not going to do it. So now I'm removing the plastic on the back. Now let me remove this. Oh, this is a very satisfying feeling. This is not the nano coating one. This is the normal standard glass, and this is, I chose this because I don't work in that much lit environment, so that's the reason. Now I'll quickly set this up with the Mac Studio and I'll give you guys a basic review about how this is, and I'll be quickly back. So the display basically comes in two options. One is the matte finish and the other is a glossy. This one is a glossy finish, but I would strongly recommend that if you are working in an environment where there's a lot of light and lots of reflection, so you should get the matte finish one, which Apple calls nano texture glass. That will set you back by 40,000 rupees more. This one costs around 1,60,000, but adding the nano texture finish on top of it will cost you 40,000 rupees more, and it's going to be, I think, somewhere close to 2 lakh rupees in India and approximately $2,000 in the US. $400 additional for the nano finish glass. Also, this one comes in multiple options for the side stand, the stand that it comes with. Thankfully, it doesn't have the Pro Display XDR stand, which is a different $1,000 stand only, but this one comes integrated with a stand that is only tilt adjustable. The tilt adjustable stands is inclusive in the price, that is of 1,60,000. But if you want the height adjustable stand, you will have to shed some more money, and then you can get the height adjustable stand. I honestly prefer, this is the tilt adjustable stand unit, because I don't think I'm going to use the height adjustable that much. But if you want, and if you are someone who is a little short or a little tall, you should definitely get the height adjustable stand. So this also comes in a VESA option, so if you want to mount it somewhere, you can get it in the VESA option. VESA option also doesn't cost you anything extra. You can get it for the 1,60,000 rupees. Now talking about the bezels, I cannot call it a completely bezel-less display, but the bezels compared to earlier monitors are pretty small. Being a 27-inch monitor, you won't feel the physical body of it as being a 27-inch monitor. I have another LG Ultra Fine, I think both uses almost the same display technology, but I think that one will look a little bigger than this because it has a little chunky bezels. This one doesn't have any visible plasticky or metal bezels around it. It just has a small black line going through it on all four sides. It is still more than the Pro Display XDR, but it's less than what I have seen in the market. Usually we don't see a display which is of equal thickness on all sides. So it's basically, like some displays are a little thicker on the center or on the sides, but this one has same thickness all along. So thickness wise also, it's not very heavy, and you won't feel the need for you to that this is a very heavy display or something. It's a very light display. Coming to the technical aspect of the display, it uses LG's LCD display. Apple has definitely cut some corners because it's a budget display from them. So they are using a normal LCD display, not the mini LED that they are using in the Pro Display XDR. And it's not a bad display, don't get me wrong, but I think if you remove the Apple tax, it's not worth the money that you are going to pay. But for most people who is working in most of the conditions, you won't see. So I tried using color grading on this display, and honestly there was not a lot of issue with color grading. You will see pictures as it is intended to be, so it's not something that you should worry about. But in professional conditions, I would still suggest someone to go for the Pro Display XDR as compared to this one. One major gripe that I have with this display is that it's a 60 Hertz display. So in this, the screen refreshes 60 times in a minute. That is not a deal breaker for most of the people out there, but for me, who is using a 120 Hertz phone, 120 Hertz laptop, and almost everything around me is a 120 Hertz device. So when I'm using this, it feels a little sluggish and slow for that matter because it's a 60 Hertz refresh rate. So that is something that I faced a little problem. But if you want to buy this right now, and if you are looking to get this one, I would strongly suggest that you wait for a while and you go for the next iteration of either the Pro Display XDR or even the Studio Display, the next iteration, because they are going to add 120 Hertz refresh rate, at least definitely to the Pro Display XDR series. It's an Apple display. They are charging you 1,60,000 for a monitor. So they are definitely going to put something that is unique. This display has an A13 processor inside it. It's not very common sight that you see a processor inside a monitor, a normal phone processor for that matter. So Apple put that processor inside to support additional functions, you can say. One that includes, that is the center stage, and they also claimed a lot on the stage that the webcam is very good. The camera is 1080p, and you can basically get iPhone quality, like iPhone I think 11 or 12 quality level front camera from that display, because they are using the same lens and they are using the same processor as the phone. So honestly, I didn't feel that it's doing that kind of a picture quality, but it's something that you will feel that it has improved a lot. And after, I think it has gotten an update also. So after that, I think it will improve more. So, with basically the monitor supporting A13 processor, I think it can run iOS pretty easily. I'll also put a small video somewhere around to test the microphone of the display and the camera quality from the front camera to, give you guys a glimpse of how the display actually perform in real world. So this is basically a microphone and a camera test for you. Microphone, you can, this is just being recorded out of the Studio Display microphone. I'm not going to process the audio, so it's going to be original raw audio out of the display. The camera quality, as you can see, is okay. It's still not very good as Apple claimed, but it's definitely better, and I think Apple has improved it more in the update that is coming, I think probably in a week. Now I'll show you the center stage. As you can see, I move a little, it moves along, and if two-person comes in, it will try to focus both of us in. So As you can see, it tries to cover both of us in the frame. This is being done because it has A13 Bionic chip, so that's the reason. Now let's move on. The speaker on this is better than Apple's own HomePod Mini. Yes, you heard it right. It's that good of a speaker. And I'll also put a small section where you will hear the speaker quality and you will know for yourself. So this is a very good display for entertainment purposes because you get a perfect sound quality, near close to a decent picture quality. I cannot say it's the best and it's not on the worst side. It's like, on if I have to give it a rating, I'll rate it around 7 out of 10 stars. Most of the point that I'm deducting is because of the 120 hertz display, but the color accuracy etc are also not pro grade, but you don't need a pro grade monitor to watch or consume content. In the back, in a typical Apple fashion, you get 4 ports, out of which 3 are USB Type-C and 1 is a Thunderbolt 4 port. I have yet to figure out why the normal USB-C ports are not working as a display. You know, when I'm trying to connect it via the Apple's provided Thunderbolt cable, it's not supporting. I think it has something to do with either the setup or the wire. I'll figure it out. But it's not working right now for the normal connection between USB-C to other USB-C with the normal cable. But for Thunderbolt port 4, it will normally support the display. So coming to the conclusion of the video, basically it's a very good display, but comparatively at a little higher price because you are paying for the Apple ecosystem, the flashy A13 Bionic processor, the center stage, the Hey Siri feature that it comes with. So it's because of that reason it's on the little higher side. Honestly, if you are someone who is deep into Apple ecosystem like me, who has MacBook, who has M1 Max, M1 Ultra, iPhone, lots of Apple product, then I think this is going to fit perfectly in that whole ecosystem and it's going to be a very good display in your whole studio environment. But for others, for Windows user, for any other user for that matter, I would strongly suggest going out and checking once other displays, because there are lots of displays in the market that are very good, and I think you can get a better deal than this in a very small price bracket as to this. Like, this is a 1,60,000 display, which is very costly. You can get something like a BenQ display. I am using a BenQ display. It's a very good display, 32-inch display. It costs around 65,000 rupees. So there are a lot of options when you are on the Windows side. But for the Mac user, if you want a display in cheaper price range, because the Pro Display XDR is for crazy 5 lakh, 6 lakh rupees. So in this price range, I think for a Mac user specifically, it's a very compelling product and it's a very compelling display. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you enjoy, please let me know down in the comments what you want me to make next. We are definitely doing another video on the Mac Studio. We have the Mac Studio Ultra variant with us, so you will soon be seeing that video. Once this video goes live, you will see that video soon going live.